Hey Alex, do you believe that everyone has at least one memory in their life, that just thinking about it makes them want to disappear from Earth immediately?
Just disappear? I'd want to apply for a one-way visa straight to Mars.
Judging by that tone, you have a whole sky full of experience, don't you?
Not just experience, but painful, first-hand experience.
Tell me about it. I promise I won't laugh too loud.
Back when I was a student, I was walking past the school library once. I saw a girl struggling with a towering stack of books. Right then, I thought to myself, here's my chance to be a hero.
Sounds like the prelude to a romantic love story, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, this love story ended with a cosmic joke from the universe.
What happened next?
I ran over, flashed my brightest smile, and said, "Let me give you a hand."
Very gallant. 10 points for elegance.
But as soon as I reached out to support them, the whole stack of books crashed to the floor.
Oh, gosh.
That's not all. By natural reflex, I hurriedly bent all the way down to help her pick them up.
Well, that's just a normal reflex, right?
Right, very normal, until my jeans let out a loud rip.
Don't tell me.
Yep, they tore all the way down.
Haha. Oh no.
And the worst part is, it didn't tear at the knee, nor the pant leg.
Stop right there. I can picture it.
Exactly, right in the back.
Ha ha. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't laugh at other people's pain, but that's too funny.
Go ahead, laugh all you want. That day, the entire library already laughed on your behalf.
So, how did the girl react?
She was very polite. She looked at me with deep sympathy and whispered, "Hey, maybe you should just stand up straight first."
Ha ha. Did you realize your pants were ripped at that moment?
My mind was completely blank right then. I didn't feel anything yet. It wasn't until I walked past the large glass doors of the library.
And the reflection didn't lie?
The glass doesn't lie, only I wanted to lie to myself.
If it were me, I'd ask for a week off from school just to recover from the psychological trauma.
I really wanted to, but I only dared to take 3 days off because I was afraid of getting banned from exams.
But speaking of this, I also had an epic fail when I first started working part-time.
Sounds thrilling. Tell me about it.
Back then, I was a barista at a bubble tea shop. One day, a male customer ordered a bubble tea with light ice.
And? Did you mess up the recipe?
No, I followed the recipe perfectly. But right when I was bringing it to the table to serve him, my hand slipped.
Oh, did you spill it all over him?
If it had just spilled normally, that would have been fine. But instead, the whole cup launched into the air, drawing a beautiful parabola like in an action movie.
It went flying?
Yeah, and its landing spot was exactly on his shoulder. Black boba pearls were stuck all over his hair like little accessories.
Haha, I'm sorry, but I accidentally pictured that scene. It looks so artistic.
I was completely frozen for 5 seconds. My brain was like a computer that just lost internet connection.
Did you manage to apologize in time?
In my panic, my mouth automatically blurted out an extremely robotic question. Is this for here or to go, sir?
Haha, you actually asked him that? The boba was literally on his head.
Even now, just thinking about it makes me cringe. The guy stared blankly at me for a second, and then he just burst out laughing.
You're lucky you met an easygoing customer.
He said, "I guess I'm an XL size today. You don't even need to put a lid on it."
That guy is truly hilarious. Respect. But honestly, the ripped pants story still isn't the peak of my embarrassment.
What? You have a story worse than that?
Once, I joined an online company meeting during the pandemic.
Oh, mentioning online meetings is already a bad omen.
I was absolutely sure I had turned off both my camera and mic. So I stood up to go grab some cake to eat.
That's normal. Everyone snacks during work-from-home meetings.
But the problem was, I was singing while walking, and even making up my own lyrics.
What song were you singing that's making you hesitate so much?
I sang something like, "Whoever eats cake is the most handsome in the house, whoever doesn't is accompanied by some backup dance moves and spins.
Don't tell me the camera was still on?
Fully on, loud and clear. The mic too.
Oh my goodness. Were there a lot of people in that meeting?
Just a modest 60 people or so, including the general director.
So, did the boss say anything?
The boss cleared his throat really loudly and said, "Alex, that warm-up dance was quite interesting. Now, let's get back to reporting the project progress for everyone."
Haha, if it were me, I'd have pulled the Wi-Fi plug immediately and reported a power outage the next day.
I planned to do that, but my hands were busy holding the half-eaten cake, and I froze for a few seconds, so I couldn't act it out in time.
I've deduced a rule from all this.
What rule?
The most humiliating moments usually happen right when we feel the most confident.
Spot on. Every time I think, this time it's definitely going to be perfect, the universe invariably says, let's see how long that lasts. Speaking of confidence, it really hurts when you greet the wrong person on the street.
Greeting the wrong person is something everyone does a few times.
But the issue is, I didn't just greet him from afar. I ran aggressively from behind, slapped him hard on the shoulder, and yelled, "Hey Long, where are you going in such a hurry?"
And the person turned around, and it wasn't Long?
A completely unfamiliar face, looking at me with absolute bewilderment.
How did you salvage that?
I tried to keep my face as calm as possible, then boldly declared, "Oh, I'm so sorry, from the back, you look exactly like the guy who owes me money."
You actually came up with that excuse? I'm impressed.
And yet, he just laughed it off and said, "Thank goodness. I thought you were gonna say, I look like your ex."
That's still nothing. I have a legendary missed greeting moment. One day, I walked into a cafe and saw an incredibly pretty girl looking in my direction, smiling brightly.
And you smiled back, right?
I didn't just smile back. I waved at her enthusiastically. But right after waving, I realized she was waving at her boyfriend who had just walked in right behind me.
Oh, that classic scenario is a true heartbreaker. So how did you put your hand down?
Since my hand was already high up, I couldn't just lower it awkwardly. So I pretended to turn and started petting the leaves of a nearby potted plant, nodding approvingly. These leaves are looking very green and healthy today.
Haha, that plant probably felt embarrassed for you too. But you know, thinking about it,
What is it?
those moments that made us want to sink into the floor back then, sitting here talking about them now, they're actually pretty funny and endearing.
That's true. If life just passed by too perfectly, we wouldn't have anything to talk about when we sit down together, right?
Exactly. Sometimes the most memorable moments aren't when we're at our best, but when we're genuinely foolish.
And the important thing is that we know how to laugh at our own blunders and move on.
So, if either you or I end up doing something silly today,
Rest assured that in a few years, it'll just become a funny story to tell at a coffee shop.
that's right, as long as nobody caught me ripping my pants on video.
Haha, that truly is an unforgettable memory.
Okay.
Hey Alex, have you noticed an incredibly common phenomenon among couples?
What phenomenon? Does it have to do with physiological changes?
Close. It's like they lose the ability to call each other by the real names on their birth certificates.
Ah, that is so true. Let me try summarizing the linguistic evolution of a couple.
All right, let's see your demo.
When they first meet, "Hi Alex, hi Emna," very polite.
A few weeks later?
"Honey babe." It starts to sound a bit sweet.
A month later?
"My sweetheart, my little burden."
2 months later?
"Baby, my love."
6 months later?
"Piggy, my fat pig."
And exactly 1 year later?
"Hey, you, get up and sweep the floor."
Haha! From sweetheart reverse evolving all the way to hey, that's the harsh reality.
But I still don't quite get why girls like calling their significant other baby. There are guys who are 1.8 meters tall, built like a brick wall.
Well, in the eyes of someone in love, 1.8 meters is still just a baby.
What if he weighs 80 kilos and is covered in bulging muscles?
Then he's a big baby.
What if he has a thick beard from his chin all the way to his ears?
Then he's a bearded baby. What's wrong with that?
Doesn't that sound a bit contradictory?
Oh, please. When people fall in love, they automatically turn off their logic switch.
What about the animal-themed nicknames? I see a lot of people calling their lovers pig. If I got called that, I'd think they were calling me fat. I'd be so hurt.
Not at all. In love, the word pig means cute, adorable, and chubby in a pinch their cheeks kind of way.
Then why not call them panda or koala to make it sound classier?
Because that's too long-winded. Pig is short and sweet.
Then what about hippo? That's short too.
If you call your partner hippo, be prepared to get a one-way ticket out of each other's lives. The other day at a cafe, the couple next to me had nicknames that were sickeningly sweet, but also hilarious.
What did they call each other?
The guy called the girl, Mochi, do you want some cake? The girl replied, Bun, I'm drinking boba.
Mochi and bun? Those are all pastries.
Yeah, sitting next to them, listening to that, made my stomach growl because I got so hungry.
Loving like that, give it some time, and they'll upgrade to dumpling and brown sugar boba.
But let me ask you, out of all the terms of endearment, which one is the simplest but has the most lethal sweetness?
I think it's just the word babe.
Exactly. It's just one word. But depending on the emphasis, the meaning changes completely.
Give me an example.
If it's babe, drawn out, it sounds very gentle and affectionate, right?
Yeah, that truly warms the heart.
But what if it's just babe, followed by a long, 3-second silence?
After that silence, there's usually a shopping receipt or some mistake I made that's about to be dragged into the light, right?
Haha, precisely. And what if it's in a flat, deadpan tone? Babe.
Oh, hearing that makes my heart beat faster than normal. It sounds calm but hides an incredibly terrifying amount of pressure.
Speaking of pressure, do you know what the scariest phrase in a relationship is?
That's easy. I'm fine.
Exactly. When a girl says, I'm fine, it actually means,
It means things are very not fine and a massive storm is about to hit.
and if you ask further, are you really sure? And you get the answer, I'm sure.
Then the threat level has escalated to code red. At this point, it's best to stay silent and self-reflect on whatever it is you did wrong.
And what if there's a bonus line? It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Then you better prepare your survival skills.
But to be fair, you guys have code words that are equally as confusing.
No way. Guys are very straightforward.
What about the phrase, I'm cool?
Well, the truth is, we're not cool at all in that moment. We just don't know how to express it without losing our cool factor.
Or the phrase, whatever you want. It sounds like you're really respecting your girlfriend's opinion, right?
But in reality, it's a life or death multiple choice test. Pick the wrong answer, and you'll go down in history.
Haha, we know each other too well.
You know, there's a term of endearment that sounds very old school, but also very cute, calling each other my own, ourselves.
Yeah, it sounds intimate, giving that connected feeling of being family.
But sometimes, an outsider hearing it can get completely lost.
Why would they get lost?
For example, did we eat yet, or does we miss us? The listener has no idea if the person is talking to themselves or to their partner.
Haha, it does sound like a schizophrenic internal monologue. Also, lately, I see a lot of couples calling each other boss and servant.
That's probably because both of them are addicted to raising cats, right?
Not exactly. Boss here means the one who holds supreme power in the relationship.
Like managing the finances, deciding what to eat today, and even controlling bedtimes, right?
Exactly, so calling them boss is perfectly accurate. You can't go wrong.
So if you have a boyfriend in the future, what nickname would you want to be called?
Me? I like something natural. Doesn't have to be too cheesy.
You wouldn't like being called princess or queen? It sounds so majestic.
No way. That sounds like a lot of pressure. I'd have to watch my every move.
How about chief?
Oh, that sounds pretty reasonable and powerful.
Haha, that's Emna's style for sure.
What about you? What would you want your girlfriend to call you?
I'm easygoing, as long as it's not a nickname based on my flaws.
Like curly head?
That one is still cute.
Goofy face?
Sounds a bit insulting, but I can accept it.
What about bottomless pit?
I'll pass on that. Hearing that ruins my whole handsome leading man image.
But you have to admit one thing. When you really like someone,
What is it?
then you don't need fancy words or unique nicknames at all. Just hearing them call your actual name in a gentle tone is enough to make your heart skip a beat.
True, the most important thing is the sincerity and affection behind the call.
Nicknames are really just an excuse to affirm the special place the other person holds in your heart anyway.
That's why there are nicknames that only the two of them understand. To outsiders, it sounds weird, but the couple just looks at each other and bursts into laughter.
So what's the conclusion here?
In love, no nickname is too cheesy or too silly, as long as both people feel happy using them.
Exactly. But remember this crucial survival rule. Absolutely never call your partner by the name of your ex.
Hold on, that's not a nickname anymore.
What is it then?
That's the opening bell for a real-life survival action movie, my friend.
Haha, spot on.
Hey Emna, I have a serious question.
Ask away. Why do you sound so solemn?
In your opinion, why is there such a huge trend of people staying single these days?
According to my unofficial research, there are only two possibilities.
What are they?
1. They haven't met the right person at the right time.
And the second possibility?
They did meet the right person, but both of their eyes were too busy scrolling through their phones, so they just scrolled right past each other.
Haha, sounds a bit harsh, but it's completely true. What about you? What's your reason for being single?
Me? Probably because I'm a bit picky.
Picky, how high are your standards?
I really don't need a perfect archetype.
Sounds modest enough.
Just needs to know how to listen.
That's basic, approved.
Responsible and a bit kind-hearted.
Reasonable. Go on.
Has a sense of humor, knows how to cook a few simple family meals, likes pets, doesn't smoke, and most importantly, must keep their promises.
Your list is getting pretty long.
I'm not done. Shouldn't be too tall so my neck doesn't hurt when we talk, but absolutely cannot be shorter than me. And most importantly, our conversation styles have to perfectly match.
I get it now.
You get what?
You're not looking for a boyfriend. You're posting a job description for a C-level executive position for a life partner.
Haha, it's not that extreme. What about you? A handsome, nice guy like you, why are you still in the happy singles club?
My reason is very simple. I'm single because I'm lazy.
Lazy to love? Who on earth is too lazy to love?
No, I'm lazy to start conversations. Every time someone messages me to get to know me, I usually have to think very hard.
How long do you think to reply to a text?
About 2 hours. I'll type out a message and then delete it. I want to write something that sounds really good, really impressive, you know?
And how does that end?
It ends with me overthinking so much that I just forget to reply entirely.
Ha ha, you're something else.
Then the next day, I open my phone, see the old message, and I'm too scared to reply.
Why?
Because it's way too late. Texting back now makes it look like I was ignoring them. So, another relationship ends before it even starts.
I also have a best friend who constantly complains about wanting a boyfriend so badly.
But what? Is she too picky?
No, whenever someone invites her out or tries to chat, she politely declines because she's busy.
Is she really busy? Too much work?
Not busy with work at all.
Then what is she busy with?
Busy binge-watching K-dramas alone at home. On weekends, she's busy sleeping in until the afternoon, and at night, she's busy reading comics.
Well, where is the time to make room for love to squeeze in?
Exactly. Sometimes being single is a purely voluntary choice.
But there are also a lot of people who say they don't want to love yet because they don't feel stable enough.
That's completely understandable. They want to focus on their careers first.
They want a better job, more confidence, and more maturity before thinking about anything long-term.
That mindset is very practical and responsible. But I think they shouldn't wait until everything is absolutely perfect before opening their hearts.
Why is that?
Because nobody in this world is completely perfect. Sometimes, walking together through those unstable days is the most precious thing.
I once read a quote that went, "Being single isn't scary at all."
Then what's scary?
The scariest thing is being so afraid of being single that you choose hastily and love the wrong person.
I agree with all my heart. A lot of people see their friends pairing up, and they start to panic.
Right, and when they go home, their family rushes them, neighbors ask, and coworkers ask too.
Even the security guard at the end of the alley asks every time I walk by, "When are you giving us some wedding candy?"
Haha, just hearing that puts a heavy weight on your shoulders.
One time I went back to my hometown for Tet, and the second I stepped into the house, I got interrogated by my aunt.
The classic question, do you have a boyfriend yet? Right?
Spot on. I softly replied, "Not yet," and she clicked her tongue and said, "You're this old and you're not dating anyone?"
Sounds so familiar.
That's not all. 5 minutes later, another uncle came to visit, and the whole story repeated itself from the top. I felt like a contestant walking into the Q&A round of the Miss Single pageant.
I had an even more ridiculous, laugh out loud situation. Once, my best friend invited me out for Korean barbecue and said it was his treat.
Sounds like a sweet deal, no?
But when I got there, I realized it was a table for four, and besides me and him, there was a completely unfamiliar girl.
Turned out to be a blind date in disguise.
Exactly. My buddy even gave me a knowing wink and said, "Surprise."
Were you mad? How did you handle it?
In that moment, I just awkwardly smiled and ordered another drink, because running away midway would be too weird.
Haha, was the atmosphere awkward?
Luckily, the girl across from me had been tricked into coming just like me. So we just looked at each other, gave a pained smile, and said in unison, "Let's just eat enthusiastically so we don't waste the barbecue."
At least you two found common ground very quickly. Hey, what do you think is the clearest sign of a long-term single person?
It's when they go grocery shopping, see couples' items on sale.
And what? Feel a little sad?
No, they immediately think, "I should buy this 2 toothbrush combo to save money."
Haha! That's terrifyingly practical.
Or, when watching a romantic movie, instead of being moved by the main character's love story, they're only focused on whether the popcorn in their hand is tasty or not.
That sounds a lot like me right now. But truth be told, being single actually has a ton of amazing perks.
Like being completely free and independent, right?
Exactly. You can eat whatever you want, go wherever you want, without having to read anyone else's mood.
And no need to fight over the TV remote every night either.
And especially, you don't have to hear the phrase, "I'll eat whatever," only for them to reject every single dish you suggest.
Haha, sounds like you're recounting someone's real-life experience. I think being single isn't a race.
Spot on, nobody comes in first and nobody comes in last.
Everyone has their own time zone and rhythm of life. Some people meet their other half very early.
But some people have to take a pretty long detour to meet the right person.
The most important thing is not to just grab any random hand out of loneliness.
And don't lock your heart tight just because of a few past disappointments. When you meet the right person, everything will unfold naturally and much easier than you think.
So, if we're both still single today,
There's no need to rush to be sad. Let's treat this as a wonderful time to upgrade ourselves.
learn a new skill,
Travel to places we've never been before.
take care of our health, and live happily in the present. Who knows, next time we sit at this coffee shop,
One of us might not be single anymore.
if that day really comes, the one who escapes the single life has to cover the entire coffee bill that day.
Wait, what if we're both still single when that time comes?
Then that's even better,
Why is that better?
because at least we'll still have a reliable buddy to get coffee with every weekend, chat about everything under the sun, and tease each other like this.
That doesn't sound bad at all. It's true that being single doesn't mean being lonely.
It just means our love story is busy preparing a truly spectacular opening scene.
For now, to celebrate our happy single life, how about another cup of coffee?
Agreed, but this time it's your turn to pay.
Hey now, why me?
You just said single people need to know how to save money. I'm just giving you the opportunity to practice.
I can't believe you even came up with logic like that, Alex.
Haha, as long as you find it convincing.
Unfortunately, today I only believe in one thing:
What's that?
that you'll be paying for your own drink.
Haha. All right, let's just consider this a long-term investment for our less single future.